So we have a lot of Wasps with one foul. And we don't have any on the board right now for anybody on the floor for Olympus.
Interesting.
Dowdle leading scorer for Olympus at 8.
Lowe makes the second, makes it 22-12. The lead is 10. That is the largest lead of the game.
Mm-hmm. And you don't want to let these guys run away from you.
And they literally are running away.
Yeah.
They are quick and well-disciplined.
I'd be interested to know how many turnovers we have right now, Brant.
Although, so far, none on the press. I may be wrong.
Yeah, we've had a couple on the press. We've done better consistently.
Reese Dent gets the harm and the bucket.
This little trap I have found through the years, if you can break it by hitting the guy in the middle, working hard, or hitting your deep corners, and then turning and looking, and everybody getting to the basket, and that's what Reese did. He caught the ball, took the basket,
and
that nice
big offensive
rebound.
board by Sari, the freshman.
Nice job by the freshman.
Wasatch will keep possession.
And we should look at one shot here.
2 seconds left. Shot is blocked, but kept in his hand. Almost acrobatic shot.
He was pretty strong. He was pretty strong to flip that up from there.
Ball was blocked, but with one arm.
Yeah.
What would you call that, a baseball throw or a
yeah,
quarterback
it was.
throw?
He just kind of flipped it, didn't he?
And that would have been a highlight early in this preseason if that shot had flown. So, after one quarter, Wasatch gets back within 8, down 22-14. And we thank you for joining us here on Sting TV.
You know, and you look at the turnovers, Brent, and they're scoring on those turnovers, so you limit their touches. Obviously, a little bit more seasoned team.
Yeah.
And probably the best team Coach Ballstead's group has faced this season, or this year.
And
this short year.
Team. Yeah, they've...
And that's what you want to do. You want to schedule a little heavy at the first of the year, see what see what's going on, see what you're made of. Coach Ballstead has rotated some kids. The freshman's come in and played really well. They took him out after his first foul, and now he's back in again. So, and made a great rebound. I think you mentioned that. That was nice of him to come up.
Looking at the stats for Wasatch in the 3 games prior to tonight's game. It is coming off the bench. Peary leading the team 14 points a game. Brady Peary. And Hoffman had a huge game against one of the teams earlier in the preseason. He has 12.7 points a game, and he's averaging 7 rebounds a game.
Yeah, so I'd like to see him get some more touches coming down and let him go to work a little bit. He had position under the basket against Johnson and turned and kicked it out. I wish he would have just taken it up and drew the foul, but that's why we're here.
So back in action here, the beginning of the second quarter. Olympus quite in control so far in this game. Fresh off, there's going to be.
Looks like a walk to me.
Boy, it certainly did.
But they're going
to do a little
batted ball
referee discussion there, and that call got overturned quickly.
So it didn't even get the traveling.
Harper
and they get the ball back.
Was sorry to interrupt you there.
No.
Harper Matson was in the drive, and it was knocked out of his hands. Oh, great inbounds play right there. Once again, Dowdle. Dowdle is deceiving. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
But he does so much movement away from the ball.
Right. Puts yourself in good position.
Hoffman almost had
not a bad look.
Fantastic save, but here comes Olympus. Now they're 5 on 4. And they turn it over. Not quite. And it is a brawl. It looks like wrestling here in the nest. Hoffman gets a block shot and the rebound.
Like to see them gather themselves a little bit here. Get the ball moved around.
Now Wasatch down by 10.
And this freshman is giving
the freshman
is giving William Santiago some problems.
Wow, I don't agree with that call. I thought he knocked it out of his hands.
Well, we got to help him out. Maybe come set a pick. or get a pick set down on the screen to open him up a little bit quicker.
But yeah, you're right. That the freshman.
Yeah, he is. He's an active kid.
Like a little mosquito. He was so quick. Yeah,
and he looks like a freshman too. He's not very big body, but he handles the ball well, passes well.
Dribbles both hands. Yep. Looks like he's a lefty. And here's Barnes. Man, Barnes is just all over, but well guarded by Santiago.
And the freshman again taking the back cut, drawing the foul.
That's going to be a foul charged to Connor Hendrickson. He clearly knocked that out of his hand. Unless they deemed that he got control of it before he crossed the line again. I'm not sure. Wow. If they just let us call the game from up here.
I know. We would have it dialed in.
But no matter what, you have to give Olympus so much credit for being so active defensively there.
You know, and then offensively, just getting off the back cut, we're over. I would say over pursuing, but we're
Wasatch learned well from that last
covering too overly aggressively. Oh, if that's a word.
Heavy defense there. Dowdle drives, freshman. Low. There's a three-pointer by Dowdle. Good down the barrel. And just like that,
keep the trap on, turn and look.
27-14.
Boom, there you go. And then here's the guy right there. That's how you break it. But you have to make that.
Sari, fantastic running the floor there. Just a little strong on the glass.
Yeah, made that a little harder than it should have been. He's young. He gets a little bit stronger and he'll dunk that one.
There's the three-pointer by.
Yep. And nobody's up on him. You can't give him that much room. And there we throw away the inbound ball.
Barnes to Dowdle. Wow, that was just magic.
Coach Ballstead's not happy.
Absolutely magic. I mean, it was the freshman Low with the steal, kicks it off to Jordan Barnes, who takes two dribbles, fakes, gets his man off his feet, his defender, and then got it down to Dowdle with an easy layup.
And then we break the press on three passes, and we don't finish there. So,
well, we are so far seeing a clinic. Wasatch really doing a great job of trying to stay in it. And but at this point, down 15, biggest lead of the night, 29-14. Coach Ballstead very unhappy.
Well,
talking with the guys,
he drew it up, and I think you're attacking so many things. He's wanting to break the press. We start breaking the press, and then we're throwing the ball away on the inbound pass. So just little things, getting some passing lanes, getting some separation. Olympus, great defensively, great, well-coached team. Yeah. They're overplaying. There's my word. They're overplaying those lanes, and we're throwing the ball right to them where they're just cutting back door. Hey, a lot of hustle though.
So back out on the action here. 5:54 left, as you can see on your screen there. Here in the first half, Wasatch down 15. They are in a little bit of a scoring drought.
I wish William would just not put the ball on the ground there.
If that is a turnover, it is not. They're going to give it back to Wasatch. So, and I'm still holding on that they have not made a turnover on the press.
Yeah.
It's almost like Olympus, I don't want to say it wrong, could let them come down.
Yeah.
But still, it is, you can tell it's frustrating Wasatch. And eventually it is really going to crack.
Well, and when you break this press, it is less dribbling and more passing.
So how? Oh, they're getting it to Olympus. Okay.
Yeah, so that was a turnover.
Oh. So what is Wasatch? You were talking earlier. What do they need to do to stop this momentum?
They need some stops defensively, which that helps. But they're breaking the press. But as soon as by passing the ball. But when you put the ball on the ground and dribble too much, you let the trap come up and get set. So right here, let's see what we can do. We need to turn and look. So once he gets that ball, turn and look. You got Lewis there. You got a passing lane.
Got it across the line.
Dent's gonna, the freshman, and then he just
Hoffman down
just
low.
Lucky was there.
Bucket.
And we need more of that, Brent.
Yep.
Fred, that was a pass that should have been picked off, but Lewis did a good job bringing that down.
That's the first score for Wasatch in a couple of minutes.
JJ's trying to
three-pointer way out there. Big rebound that time.
And we're
big rebound by Harper Madsen and the putback and the foul.
You know, it's a tendency when that ball goes up for you to get sucked up under the basket as the defender. And unfortunately, Miles Brown got standing under there waiting for it to come out, and number one, Harper Madsen went right over the top of him.
Madsen very physical. With
and if you get a body on him, if you turn and you attempt a box out, you're going to get a over the back call. But if you don't, then he's going to convert.
You know, every one of these guys, big or small, they all have a touch on that free throw on the shot. There's a trap, and that's got to be a turnover right there.
And that's exactly what you do. You bring that ball down, and that's what they're going to do. So they're waiting for that first inbound pass. They're going to trap that corner, and if we don't, sometimes you have to take a couple dribbles to get your good passing lane.
Well, and Olympus, there's a turnover.
That's the first one, I think, tonight.
Just about.
I think it's the first one tonight. And that was good. We overplayed it. He tried to go back door, and he threw it.
So Wasatch has to take it out under Olympus's basket because nobody touched that ball.
Right.
So, well, and that's what you're saying. You know, it's like a couple of scores. When Wasatch was hitting scores, baskets, it did slow them down a little bit. If they just need to get their offense going here. But right now,
Olympus, wow. And that's a great bucket, but I don't understand why we're not running the offense. And
yeah, a big bucket by Brady Peary.
They're not playing much defense, Olympus, and then they're getting the ball back offensively.
Dowdle steps back, looks at it.
That's a nice touch pass.
A little give and go there.
Wow.
That is.
Those two have been running that since junior high.
They probably have.
See?
And another turnover, this time.
Dent.
That is Zach Albert, another three-pointer, no good. But there's Dowdle. You can see why he scores 20 points a game. He is everywhere.
Like you said, he is sneaky too. That's a foul. We should get that.
That'll be the foul charged to Zach Albert. And that's the fourth team foul for Olympus. Wasatch with 16 fouls.
They're catching up. And by no means I really agree with you. The officials are letting a lot of stuff go. We could have a whistle on every other possession.
And really equally both ways. Obviously, both teams being allowed to play pretty physical. And the one that I'm noticing is just the reaching and slapping.
Yeah, and that's just being tired, right?
There's Perry. Wow, he's going to get – that time it's going to be a foul charged.
Wow, yep.
To Albert. It looked like Albert had tied him up
for the
jump ball.
And Perry, just like he did back here bringing the ball in, he gets that ball low. They tie him up.
That's going to bring Albert out of the game with 2 fouls. And the inbounds.
Get that back. We are just waiting way too long to make that pass. Sometimes I think Reese has got it out. He's not in the paint. Give that back. My coach used to always say, give it up and you get it back.
Foul that time charged to Barnes. That's Barnes' second. Oh, no, it's just his first. Sorry. Wasatch in need of a score here. Obviously, there's Perry. He's going to do a little fade up jumper. It's going to remain with Wasatch. That ball goes off of Cooper. No, sorry. That's Watson, Peter Watson. Sorry, we have a couple of.
Brady Perry is a 6'3" sophomore. Nice pass inside.
That's to Perry.
Kick it back.
3-pointer by Dent. No good, but there's Lind with the board and the bucket.
Nice job. I'd like to see that reverse. I'd like to see Brady Perry throwing that down into inside to Dent, but.
Reese has had the green light, looks like, a couple times on a 3-pointer. Great defense that time by Wasatch. Wasatch trying to climb back in this game, down 16.
Good, we're helping. Yeah, got to move your feet.
Wow.
But that's good help defense. So Lynn came off his guy to help. They got switched up and just didn't get his feet there in time.
Harper Madsen did a great job of getting his guy off his feet, as you mentioned. And Madsen, a senior, was not a starter last year. Here's the replay on. Oh, no, sorry. I missed the replay.
We're horrible on the replays right now. Corey's going to be like, look at all this work I'm putting in, and you guys are just gabbing.
Madsen hits the first.
He rolls one in.
The fact that it was 1-1 means that the foul was charged before the shot. So Madsen, as we were saying, wasn't a starter, but was one of the contributors last year, and this year as a senior.
9 points so far, and 10 now. The other one is Dowdle, number 12, is sitting at 19 points, Brent.
19 points already.
They're the guys they knew were going to play, and I knew that coming.
They have Wasatch has numbers. Beautiful move. Big board that time. Foiled once again, and here comes
Stop the ball.
Olympus. That's going to be unbelievable. That's Colton Smith or Weston Olson. We're not sure
which one.
But he was 1-on-4 going at Wasatch.
Just put his head down and went. There was Colton Smith. And all I've got is 6'3". So we don't know what grade he's in.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
big body. I mean, he's a thick kid.
We'll have to check on that one. Another player with soft touch, man.
Yeah.
That's just there's like 12 guys that can shoot free throws.
Well, and when you have time to set up too, I think sometimes Wasatch is rushing a little bit, which tends to rush your shot, and they're just smooth.
40-20.
Yeah.
Biggest lead of the night for the reigning state champions.
Okay, we got to set a pick to get somebody open.
Another steal. Bucket this time.
There we go.
Missed.
Got to get your head up, kids.
Ends up with it, and here comes Wasatch.
Okay, move the ball.
Three-pointer by Will Santiago is off the back iron. Rebound to the Titans. Titans looking to extend their lead.
Barnes is solid.
Barnes is solid, but he's been kind of quiet the last. There is another muscle bucket by Madsen. Madsen just solid. Wasatch looking a little weary at the moment.
There you go.
And there's the
now
press break once again. Santiago, this time three-pointer short. And wow, Olympus gives it right back. I don't think Harper expected that. And the bucket.
We'll take that.
We'll Connor Hendrickson being at the right place, the right time, ended up with it. It looked like Barnes was just simply trying to throw it off the leg and get it out of bounds.
Yeah. And we're staying with it.
Now, what happened after that, I'm not sure why. Dowdle is shooting free throws.
Lewis Hoffman checks back in.
So after the bucket, I guess something happened. I have no idea. I didn't see it. It looked like there was hardly time to get the ball in.
And they're going to.
Dowdle.
And
first half
with all these fouls that we are accumulating, we're sending them to the line, and we're in the bonus. So
next foul will be the double bonus.
So an off-ball foul, they're going to the line.
Dowdle is looking like he's going to reign with some of the top scorers in the state.
Yeah, he is. He looks good.
21 points here in the first half. How many times do you hear that?
Wow.
3-point attempt by Barnes, no good. And big rebound by
nice job.
Reese Dent in and out.
Anything to fall for him down there.
Here comes Olympus. That time, another
that was the freshman
fantastic
again.
Drive by Gavin Lowe.
This young man is not afraid to take it to the hole, is he?
Well, we're talking about players that are on the floor for Olympus right now. None of them are seniors.
Wow.
I don't know if there's a senior on the floor at the moment for the reigning state champions.
You graduate 7 seniors in a state championship, and then you put another solid team on the floor and those seniors.
I'm just looking through the list. I don't see another senior on the floor at the moment. Barnes is a junior. Dowdle's a junior.
And you know, Lowe, this freshman,
Lowe's a freshman.
I can't see how many points he's got so far, but he has been super active. Good passer. He penetrates well.
Wasatch again doing a pretty good job. There's a three-pointer. Williams Santiago for three. And that is much needed.
And we got to shut. We got to. That's too easy.
Barnes scoring looked like he didn't have the control of the ball.
Yeah.
And a turnover there by Wasatch. That means Olympus is going to take it out of their own basket. And there's the shot by Santiago. Santiago scoring 10 points a game in the first 3 games before tonight.
Let's get a stop here. Go down and get a bucket. Get off the screen.
Three-pointer.
And we just
straight on, but just a little short.
So they're going to fall back on a miss. They're going to fall back playing a good tough man-to-man.
We're not sure if viewers have noticed it yet, but this year new to all of Utah high school basketball is the shot clock.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until you just said that, Brent. I just looked above the bucket.
Neither team is interested in holding the ball, so
maybe that is why they're shooting it up quick. I think it's just the game nowadays, but
wow, that looked like a travel. Barnes, so experienced, fantastic.
Backdoor.
Stuff like that, I'll bet Olympus does not happen very often, maybe here in the early season, but you could just see the mystique and the technique.
And Santiago does a great job keeping him in front of him, and then we get a backdoor when he gets down there. So you talked about the momentum, it compounds itself.
Wasatch with 33 seconds left would love another bucket here to break that lead down from 22 to go into the half.
Get anybody posting up, getting a look in there.
Hoffman up at the top.
Boy, and he has not touched the ball nearly enough this.
And in and out of the hands of Miles Brown.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
So Olympus has 16.4 seconds, and they're going to call a timeout.
Here's our score. So William Santiago has 6. Brown has 2. Reese Dent 2. Lewis Hoffman 4. And number 5, Sam Lind, has 5. And 2. And then fouls, we have Brown has 2 and Lind has 2.
So I would say, looking at that, obviously not big numbers by Wasatch, but probably close to normal.
Right. With and probably a normal team, they'd probably be in the hunt. But this team is played kind of like you said. Number 12 was playing, where he has just kind of wore us down, and a little bit at a time, and you look up at the score, we're at 47-25 going into the half, and not where you want to be from Wasatch.
Wasatch wanting a big stop here, and Olympus wanting another score to keep their momentum. Down to 6 seconds. 5.
There's the backdoor
drive. Wasatch with a chance with a bucket. 2 seconds. 1 second. Hoffman just off the mark. I don't think he would have made the layup. It wouldn't have happened in time. So,
and I did say I wanted Lewis to get the ball more. So there he had his chance. but in the paint, in the frame of the offense, and so man, you run into a buzzsaw. And they are a well-coached team and not afraid. And you talked about momentum. They're not afraid to take it to the hole.
Yeah.
And they got the green light. They're shooting threes from everywhere.
And amazingly, it's like they're so well coached that everything is still planned. It looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, even if they're just taking an early 3, that's the plan.
Yeah.
If it's open, take it. Otherwise, they're going to do a little motion, and they're going to do a little cut and weave, or they're going to do a pick and roll, or they're going to do a give and go, and they look amazing at it. And that's the part that you said. They've been doing it since they were in 8th grade.
Yeah. Well, and you have a good staff like that brings them up. And Coach Ballstead's probably preached the same thing since he's been here. And you got a new group of kids, and you got to coach everybody just a little bit differently. You know that. And the speed you're going to get it, and Wasatch's got to they got to grow up really, really quick against a team like this, who's already grown up.
Yeah.
Right. And what you mentioned too, Brent, you have a ton of underclassmen on the floor for Olympus. After graduating 7 seniors last year, that's how they got so good.
Yeah.
He plays he goes really deep on the bench.
Those starters last year had to play against somebody in practice.
Yeah.
And when your daughter's playing college softball right now. When Sid was playing at BYU volleyball, she had these incredible starters that were All-American. There were 3 All-Americans on that team. But every day they were challenged by these amazing girls that never got time.
Such a good point, and that's a coach's perspective with your many years. Is when you take that as a challenge, just like I'm never going to play. I just go to practice. Man, you were getting better, and especially at that level, you're getting better every day at practice. I feel like we have not even got into a rhythm where we run the offense tonight. We've shot, been quick shots. And I'm not saying they're bad shots.
Right.
But
no, I don't think so either. Yeah,
but we need to put a little pressure with those guys. We got to throw the ball in the paint. Yeah. And I am old school like that. And Jamie and I we've had discussions before. It's a different game nowadays, but you got to go inside, I believe.
Yeah, I'll bet Coach Paul said is saying that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to let you go to watch the cheerleaders here. A couple of little facts on that. Olympus scored 25 points that second quarter versus 22 in the first. Wasatch 14 points in the first quarter, 11 in the second quarter. Definitely could be
staying average though.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us here on Sting TV, and we'll let you watch the cheerleaders. Thanks for joining us. We'll be right back here real soon. And welcome back, everybody. Second half here at Wasatch High School. This is Sting TV. Wasatch down 26, and there's a big way to start the second half.
Out of the gate.
William Santiago with a 3.
I don't know. Am I on, Brent? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And William Santiago right out of the gate. Nice look, squared his feet, knocked it down. Oh, and that was a walk right there.
3-pointer again by Dowdle.
Yep.
Good.
This kid
Nothing
is money.
but the bottom of the net. Holy cow.
And he's at 24 points right now. Just stop the other 4 on the court at this point. And again, in the passing lane.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Barnes, who just seems like he's about everywhere.
Yeah. Your description of him is great. You can't tell. He's just really slow, but man, he is everywhere.
Trying to get the ball down to Hoffman, and he was double teamed. Steal by Albert. Original starters back on the floor for Olympus. Wow, that's just another clinic on a little juke and joke.
Yeah,
juke and go.
He was still in the thing. So they pulled the press back off. So this is where Wasatch is going to be forced to run the offense a little bit. Let's hope.
With his own juke and go there. Sam Lind. There's Hoffman. Little spin, another 3-pointer by Santiago just off the rim.
You know what? And when you dribble and you penetrate like that, you bring people with you, and it was a good pass to turn back out and hit it. And number 2,
Barnes.
Man, he just knocked that down.
Barnes scored first 5 points in the first quarter and then didn't score.
Yeah,
but now has 5 more points in the first minute.
But I bet he had 2 or 3 really key assists, and then were just
Barnes. That time the shot is blocked.
Yeah.
But Barnes just laughing that off a little bit.
Yeah. I'd rather not have the turnover stat than the block stat right there.
You know, there's just some guys that look like they have eyes in the back of their head.
Yeah.
And Barnes is like that.
Yeah.
He just has that. And several guys are just Olympus so well disciplined and trained.
Moving the ball really well too.
Olympus looking far more patient. Dowdle with a little, I don't know, would you call that a Euro step?
Yeah. And he just kind of under. Oh, and that was close to getting.
Santiago thought of the 3 there. He's got, there's a 3-point attempt, no good. And Olympus with another board, and here they come. Dowdle looks like he could take over any minute he wants to. And he's doing it somewhat quietly.
And get the foul out there.
Ooh, a little knee in the thigh there.
And Olympus isn't big. I mean, you look at this lineup; they're not huge.
Dowdle isn't listed, but he looks like he's probably 6'2",
at least,
which is a good size.
Because Barnes is 6'3".
Madsen looks like he's probably 6 foot.
Yeah.
Joe Johnson's in there right now. He's a 6'1", solid guy. So you're right; they're not tall.
They're not tall.
It's all body blocks and positioning, but
I think this is the most size we've had on the court right now. We got Dent and Hoffman there. Job of Santiago
and a turnover.
That's a rare. We didn't see that much the first half of play. There you go, some ball movement. I like that.
And a little jumper.
And opens that up. Man. Yeah. Guys, when you're moving the ball,
Lind.
Guys are sagging off of you.
Lind with the bucket. 30-25, 55, 25-point lead. And every little notion of points that Wasatch gets, Olympus just answers immediately. There's that time in and out. Hoffman has the ball ripped, but it looks like there might be a foul called. No, they're going to.
Wow, they set a possession.
Oh, they're going to call a jump ball. All right.
Arrow should go back to us, but yeah, that would have been a big stop for us to come down and get that rebound. And
Olympus.
And nobody is sitting on Joe Johnson. Looks like Lind, and whatever you do, you got to jump down there and defend that guy, or yell and say, "Hey, who's guarding him?" We look a little shell shocked.
Right.
Stay on your feet, Lind. Nice job. Nice, good pressure on the ball. And again, another turnover, Brent. I mean,
I thought they might get it.
Knocked away ball, but we didn't see that in the first half.
And that will be a foul charge.
Give him a push on that.
But Connor Hendrickson.
I'm okay with that foul. That's within the framework, right? He wasn't reaching. He's playing ball. He's playing defense.
Hendrickson with 10 points in that first half, and that is his season average. Barnes covered well.
Nice ball
by.
Nice ball, nice foul. He had to foul that one, but that's a beautiful pass.
Viewers might be seeing.
Wow,
the ball looked like it was blocked cleanly, but just a little bit of body. Zach Albert, one of the lone seniors,
and our foul
for Olympus at the line. Albert has had a solid game.
Connor Hendrickson has 4 fouls right now, Brent.
Connor Hendrickson will have to come out of the game with 4 fouls.
And Reese Dent is sitting with 3, which is not great.
That'll be Brady Peary coming in off the bench once again.
And Peary kind of injected a little bit of life in us offensively, and then had a few turnovers towards the end of that half. But let's see if he can do the same thing here.
Albert makes both free throws. 27-point lead, biggest lead of the night.
There we go.
The Titans. Wasatch looking for answers to try to get it down low to Dent, and it is
good idea.
Deflected. And wow, Zach Albert running the floor like a gazelle.
I'm not sure. There we go.
Pass.
Looking it up. Go right. Go to it, Lewis.
Albert just doing everything right now.
Yeah.
Wasatch steal. That would be 2. If the possession goes to, no, it won't. So Wasatch will keep it. That would have been 2 steals in a row.
Yeah.
And 2 buckets in a row for Albert. So Wasatch will retain possession. Shot clock down. Oh, there's another steal by Barnes, and he easily gives it to Dowdle. And you're right, that's just a little too easy. Just hard to not be impressed with this Olympus team.
Yeah.
They're just a fine-tuned machine
here's
right
our true point guard, and he. There you go, Lewis. That's about all you can do there, kiddo.
Hoffman drove. It looked like he had a man open, and it just got deflected out of bounds there.
It drew the foul, and that's about the only offense we've generated other than Santiago's 3-point ball that he had.
Wasatch had 5 quick points, but now has not scored in 3 minutes. 3-point attempt no good by Dent. Madsen saves it. Joe Johnson looked like he was going to shoot that 3.
We got to body up. We got to man up and then come and help.
Another kick out 3-pointer. Good. Unbelievable. Harper Madsen.
Madsen's got 15 points.
64-30.
Wow.
That 27-point lead a minute ago has blossomed to 34-point lead.
There we go. And that's a very nice pass by Santiago, and
Dowdle with layup.
Can't get the handle on it.
Just a couple of unfortunate little balls just coming right out of the hands of the Wasps. They looking stunned right now.
Miles Brown back in. Good cut.
There's Reese. Great shot down the middle of it. He's going to get fouled.
Under control. That was a nice looking shot, Brent.
That looks like something he could do.
Yeah.
Almost every time.
Right.
And maybe that's the type of thing when you play a reigning state champ, you put them on your schedule. You're hoping, guys, learn from this.
Right.
We would always hope to do that when we would play the Pleasant Groves and the big teams in our volleyball tournaments. We were hoping that, and we would tell the girls, don't be astounded by them. Learn from them.
Right. Well, and go back and look at the film and say, hey, Reese, when you caught it right here, you turn and face it. Look, good things happen.
Yeah.
Good things happen.
Reese makes 1. That's 6 points for Wasatch.
I've liked our defense this last couple times down the floor. We're a little more under control. Keeping it in front of you. And here's
Wasatch playing a man. They are, and that it does. It slows down Olympus just a little bit.
Good switches. Good job getting off that. There you go, Reese. Get your feet back.
The first time.
Nice job.
Shot clock down to 1. That's going to be a turnover. That's the first time this season that we've seen, at least.
There you go.
That there was a shot clock violation.
Well, and that after the first half, defensively, this is night and day, and that's nice to get that. And you build on that. Here's a momentum changer.
So you viewers at home, I don't know if you can see it sometime when they show a wider shot. The shot clock is on both baskets, right up above the backboard, so that all players, coaches, and referees can see it. It shows the time, and there's a 3-point set. No good.
Nice job. Good.
But Dent there got position.
And you know what, Brent? I'm okay with the 3-point shot because they moved that ball 3 or 4 times before, and it was open. It was nice and open. He squared up, and we crashed the boards. We get a foul. These are the little things that you, like you said, you get from that learning. Like, look what happens when we move the ball, guys.
Well, and the added benefit, there's Joe Johnson has to come out with 3 fouls. And so, no, it only shows 1. I thought he had, I guess they didn't give it to him. So
get the freshman back again, Gavin Lowe. He's impressed, and
he's rested.
Peter Watson's back in. Is it? And we've got duplicate numbers, folks. So if we're Olympus fans, if we're
Dent hits the second,
given the wrong name, that's not our fault. We got duplicate numbers on these.
For those of you just joining us, that scoreboard is not an error. It is 66-32.
There you go, another turnover. Connor's doing a good job. You've got to stay in front of him.
Peter Watson, as you mentioned in the game, not one of the regulars, but it looks like he definitely gets time. He's a big body. It's not showing his year.
Can't pick up your dribble.
Trying to get it down low.
It's a good look.
Connor Hendrickson back in the game playing with 4 fouls here with 1:17 left.
And Coach Ballstead's going to let him he needs that experience too to get better. Connor's a junior, 6'2".
There's Dent. That's a soft jumper. I like that. It looks good. JJ Sari with the board and the bucket.
That is a great play.
JJ Sari,
straight up
freshman,
went to the hoop. Boy, he's going to be a good one. This young man's going to be good. And I want to apologize to his parents when they're listening. I keep referring to him as the freshman every once in a while. But and there's times he plays like a freshman. But man, right there, he has got some flashes of being really good.
This is the free throw, but almost rebounded by Miles Brown. Olympus will take over. Those of you that might recognize the Sari name, Kiara Sari just finished playing last year for the girls team here at Wasatch. Had a fantastic career in 2 sports, volleyball and basketball.
Man, that's another turnover, right? And that's a great pass. That
Sari
is a
with the pass,
job by JJ.
With the bucket. 1 minute left here in the third quarter. And it's just like you said earlier, a couple of scores, a couple of turnovers can really change momentum. And another turnover this time, Connor Hendrickson with the steal.
Closing out. We're running it, guys, and they're going right around us. We've got to close out and keep it in front of us. There we go, a little screen.
3-pointer by Lynn. Good.
We'll get that. And again, that was set up. Nice screen on the ball.
24 seconds left. Shot clock is off. 20 seconds. And almost another steal there. Just a little bit of energy here to kind of taking Olympus maybe by surprise.
You can live and die by that little reach there. I spent many days on the bench because of that. The other one, they used to call it California defense, where you let him go by you and you reach around and you try to smack the ball from behind. My coach did not like that either.
We used to call that the John Starks.
Yeah.
If any of you remember that name.
Yeah, New York Nick. Oh, yeah, I remember when when he dunked it over. I can't remember who in the playoffs. He dunked it over a big guy.
Yep.
I loved watching him play.
Down to 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Wasatch playing some tough defense.
Good
Barnes
switch.
going to have to shoot it off the rim.
Good job.
You got to give a little bit of the right now
I'll tell you what.
the war is being won by Olympus, but the battle's there right now. That last couple minutes, you got to give Wasatch some points.
We talked about Olympus not being very big on the court. Every one of their guys can handle the ball. So you look at that, and you got JJ and Reese, they're big guys out on the perimeter, trying to keep these guys in front of them, and they did a good job on that time. But they've struggled tonight doing that. But that's design. That's by design. That's their offense.
Well, I'm going to say I've seen crazier things. Now, I haven't seen returning state champions lose a 30-point lead.
Right.
However, I have seen some crazy things over the years.
But some glimmer of hope. I mean, we're doing some things, and listen, they pulled the press off. The press had us rattled. That has allowed us to start running the offense a little bit more and look and think, and probably a little bit of respect from the coaches. Like if you come out and you got a 25-point lead at halftime, you're probably going to pull the press off. That regular season game might not happen, but
right. Olympus plays in the really tough Region 6.
Yeah,
really tough, and came out last year 12-0, and only one loss in the entire season,
Wow.
and that was in a preseason game we were talking earlier.
Yeah,
where they lost to Davis barely. And, they've really established themselves in several sports.
yeah,
Olympus
they have.
has. Back to action here in the fourth quarter. Nice drive that time. But I like Miles Brown. I've never known him, and I like his physical appearance.
He's a good-sized kid, isn't he?
Good size. He's not afraid to get in somebody's face, and he was ready to shoot that.
And Coach Ballstead sticking with JJ in there too. Giving the young man some varsity time, and he's making the most of it.
There's
get on the floor
1,
there.
2, 3, 4 guys on the floor.
Boy, and that's always a toss up. You're going to get a travel call. You're going to get a off ball foul or something.
So it looks like it's going to stay with Olympus. Wasatch, if they can score at the rate and play defense at the rate they did the last minute and a half of the third quarter, they'll catch up at least 20 points from that 30-point lead. So,
well, and again, another backdoor on JJ. He's going to learn from that. This is a good learning experience for that young man too. And you are getting a heavy dose of backdoor cuts from Olympus.
Well, and who better to learn from one of the best scorers in the state right now. Dutch Dowdle is about to attempt to make his 30th point of the night, and it's nothing but net. 30 points for Dutch Dowdle, the junior, and 68-39. Wasatch got back within 26, but now are back down by 29. So
not much movement down there. It's hard for William to get a good passing lane if you're not getting cut. If you're sitting there for a minute, you're getting overplayed. You got to go set a pick, or you got to get a pick.
So we got a timeout on the floor here, and it looks like it's going to be a full timeout. This will give us a chance to maybe talk about, like teams right now. Wasatch preseason down 30. What are they talking about in their bench right now? What are they doing? Well,
I think you got to do the little things. You see down here, a coach is talking to JJ right now about his position. You got to take those little wins. Coach up the deep. You get beat on the back door. You got to shore that up. There's your game's gonna. You're not gonna win it, right? So you're gonna pick some battles that you want to win. You're gonna coach those up, and Coach Ballstead's gonna keep coaching them hard. Just a little bit outclassed tonight. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it. It's just this is a good basketball team, and So the bar's been set, right? Now you know. Now you know.
Maybe while we have a little bit of action, or halt in the action here, we want to talk about the Lady Wasps. They are 2-0 this season.
Wow.
A big win at Cedar Valley on the road.
This Coach Hull's second or third
season.
Yep.
Yeah, she talked about that with me a little bit. We did. She was one of my last interviews, Park City TV, before they shut down. But they will be at home not until December 8th.
Wow.
A big rivalry game against Park City. I guess that's just next week, I guess. But they will be, and I'm pretty sure.
See them. And boy,
three-pointer good.
This place will be rocking.
Peary with the three-pointer. Who knows? You're looking at the underdog right now, Wasatch, just trying to do a little bit, and that'll be the 5th foul.
Yeah, Connor will have to set on that one, but he's reaching. And that's the freshman too. He's making you work.
Yeah, right. Connor Hendrickson, we're going to see a lot of great things from him, I believe, this season. Had a great first few games this season already, and a
little bit of frustration on their face, and rightfully so. Olympus does this to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job. Good post defense by Lewis Hoffman right there.
So some stats from that end of third quarter. That was the lowest number of points that Olympus has scored in a quarter of this game. So held them to 19. Wasatch scored 14.
And had some turnovers too. We forced some turnovers. There's that back door again.
Dowdle. Oh, and that block. I want to say that shot was blocked partially by Lewis Hoffman. But then there's your big man, number 33, Peter Watson, coming in and contributing. He's big. He looks like he's 6'5".
But most of their guys can handle the ball pretty well. Watson looks more of a post player. Doesn't handle the ball as well. But the rest of this team can do it all.
Yeah.
And again, getting beat on the backdoor cut, and maybe that's set in Coach Ballstead's defense, or you're letting the help come in there. But I really like to get him to not allow that to happen. And I think the times they've done it, they've forced a turnover, and that's a deep three.
Big three-pointer once again.
These guys have the green light.
So we just found out that the number 5 on the floor is Olsen.
Okay.
Weston Olsen. Another bucket. Man, that is quick.
Yeah.
So, in looking at future action here, we're talking about 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Again, we mentioned Wasatch girls will be at home, and we'll be broadcasting that on Thursday the 8th, I believe. And before that, the girls will be at a UNA tournament, and they will play a tough Orem team at Orem on the 6th. William Santiago, she is short, off of an Olympus player out of bounds. So Wasatch will continue.
This is our next week's, okay.
Yeah, here's next week's games for the girls. We'll pull up the guys here as well. Wasatch getting a chance to get the ball out under their own basket. How's that not happened too many times here tonight?
Get that outlet on the top and get it started again.
Three-pointer by Lind, short, but he got his own rebound. Wow, and a little finger roll. Sam Lind.
Way to stay with
Lind, 14 points tonight. Another three-pointer. Wow. Good. Unbelievable. Wow. Unbelievable. 33 points.
Yeah.
For Dutch Dowdle.
And he's been pretty quiet this half.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a ball hog at all. There's Lynn
I like
once
it.
again.
So, taking it to him right in there. And then we transition defense.
Holy smokes.
JJ, I don't know. He got yeah, that was a good foul.
Yeah, and the ball just took a Olympus bounce like it has all night. But yeah, how does that happen? How is Dowdle down there cherry picking a little bit, I guess? But that's a communication with players, right? They're just they know that Wasatch is doing all they can to score.
Yep.
And when a team's doing that, they're not going to see the cherry pick. So if we saw that replay, I don't know if we were able to do that replay, but Dowdle, went up to dunk it. Sari, wow, Dowdle missed.
It's been a first, and there's
talking about cherry picking.
I think Coach Ball said
JJ Sari
drew that up. He was coaching him up, and then he just turned around and went right to that's the cherry pick. But great job.
So some players have checked in, newer players for Dowdle still driving.
Yeah, that's unlike him. That was a little out of control.
Jackson Soto has checked in for the Titans. And it also looks like we actually do not have there's another long pass. It's going to go off the hands and out of bounds. We're going to take one more look at a number 15 here.
You get 15. I'll get number 24, Jackson Soto.
Okay.
Sophomore checked in.
So it looks like 15 is Luke Rasch. R-A-S-C-H, Rosh.
And number 21, I believe it's Robbie Yates.
Shot by Lynn, gets his own rebound and gets fouled.
Got one to the jaw.
Sam Lind has come to life here.
Yeah.
Some players also coming in for Wasatch, it looks like, has checked in number 30, Mitchell Witt. A young player, looks like he's a good tall player.
Yeah. Some size there.
Sam Lind hits his first. Lind with 17 points, and I think 5 of those here in just the last couple of minutes.
6'3" junior. These guys, they're breathing heavy tonight. They played a lot of defense.
Lind's going to come out. Andrew Greger has also come in the game along with Caleb Smith for Wasatch. Both teams using a little bit of their bench.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time in this game. Just a little under 4 minutes.
Both teams staying in man-to-man, which I would expect in preseason.
Soto with a drive. Just off the rim. So some of the, again, the viewers, some of the rules of the shot clock, Ken, we can talk about.
Okay.
Shot clock starts at 35 seconds, and it runs when a team changes possession. So, for example, if Olympus makes a basket, immediately the shot clock resets as Wasatch is bringing the ball back into play. That will change the shot clock. Whenever a change of possession happens, if there's a steal, as soon as there's a shot that goes off the rim, it also resets.
Even if the other team gets their own rebound.
Even if, yes.
Shooting team gets the rebound, gets possession back.
Also checking into the game for Olympus, it looks like is number 32. That's either Christian Rich or Andre Albert. Looks like neither. It's Reef Smiley.
I don't know how you keep them straight, Brett. You've got about 3 different things going on there. Thank heaven.
Yeah. There he is, Reef Smiley.
I think about the shot clock, and I think about, I would call it the Enterprise Wolves. Back in the day, Coach Shirtliff had Enterprise in the state tournament, and they were beating teams 15-12, and they were walking that ball down, and it was maddening to watch. But they went deep in the tournament. I think they won it a couple years after that year that I watched them, but they were tough. They played a good East Carbon team that doesn't even exist anymore.
Right.
Run and gun team, and they just pounded them.
That's the only way you can stop them.
Yeah, they had. Yeah,
four-corner offense used to be popular.
Yes, exactly, and that's what they ran.
Three-pointer by Peary, no good.
Wait for you to come and get them, and
there's a drive. That is
nice
remaining
drive.
Starter Weston Olson. No, sorry, he was not a starter. He was off the bench. No call there.
Good
Looks like, they are going to give a call. They are going to charge a foul.
Peary.
Sounds like.
Looks like we've got another Wasp that checked in. Number 13, Andrew Krager, is on the floor, and number 11. I don't see 11. We don't have a JV roster.
Well, there's also, number 21 just got called for a foul, and it shows Jack Evans.
Okay.
Free throw's good by Peary.
Well, Coach Ballstead will go through film, identify some stuff. And one of the things I think you learn from this is how do you play when you're under fire, right?
Right.
Nothing's going good. Some character stuff. I don't think anybody quit. I don't think anybody, played, any less hard than they did at the first of the game.
Right.
Which is a bonus.
Also checking in for Wasatch just a moment ago, Alex Slater. Ball being kicked around. See, once again, that shot clock changes. There's a three-point attempt, no good.
And I will say this, Brent, the colorful shoes
the rebound
always throws me off. I know they do it in the NBA.
A minute 57 left in this game. Three-point attempt just off the back iron. Three-point attempt. And we have number 11 for Wasatch that I don't have on the roster as well. You might have that. There's a three-point attempt again by Olympus. That one looked like it went off the top of the backboard, which I thought.
Young players trying to get their name in the book. I remember my coach put me in one time as a freshman, and I passed it, and he goes, "Hey, get your name in the book." So didn't have to ask me twice. Got a pretty good crowd here tonight too, Brent.
Yeah,
it's grown a little bit. A little late coming. The student body looks pretty good. Not as good as I've seen it.
People are ready for basketball
in the past, but yeah, you gotta coach them up a little bit. Get here early, get the fans going.
Logan Ritchie comes into the game for Wasatch,
which I'm sure we'll see Park City game, Brent. That might be the most ruckus and well-attended game of the season.
One
just
more free
Park City. It's like we've got everybody new on the floor. So what do we got next for?
So yes, just looking down the list just a little bit. Wasatch actually has their next home game on Tuesday the 6th. That will be next Tuesday against Weber, another 6A
team. Then it looks like we're right back. Yep. We're right back in the belly of the beast there with Olympus.
Yeah, so Wasatch is playing. This is the endowment game, and so they will be going back and playing against Olympus, and I'd like to see that. Yeah. I think it's.
How do you grow from there? Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
They will play. So again, their next home game will be Tuesday, December 6th, as we mentioned, against Weber coming to town. And then after that, they have another non-region against Mountain Crest on Thursday the 15th. That's the last week of school for the kids here. And then they play back-to-back. They have Thursday the 15th, Mountain Crest, and then the Park City game, Friday the 16th.
Good warm-up.
And I think I said that wrong. That's not the last week of school. That's the following week. School, last day of term is the 20th of December. So 1 minute and 7 seconds left in this game. And Olympus with another three-pointer, this time just off the board. That's a big rebound that time.
Nice board, nice kick out, nice pass.
Mitchell Witt. And the bucket good.
I love that.
For Caleb Smith.
Nice job. young men on the floor.
54-83. This time the three-pointer good for Olympus. And that's number 15, and that's the one that we didn't have on the one roster, but we do on this one. That's Luke Rosh. He's in the book. A lot of strong players. Deep Wasatch.
Yeah.
There's a turnover. A lot of juniors. And they're with the ball for Wasatch.
It's Alex
number
Slater.
22, Alex Slater. Down to 3 seconds, 1 second, and they're not going to take that shot. So
Caleb's like, I don't need a highlight. I'm going to just let it dribble it out, which is probably not a bad thing. Well fought. Coach Ballstead's going to.
got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Well, and
in
again,
this early season.
Character stuff. You you probably seen this too. Is how did some of your players react when they were getting socked in the jaw, which is kind of what they got tonight.
Right.
Did you complain?
That's it's so invaluable, the preseason.
Right.
And it's different sports do different things. Football doesn't have very many.
Right.
So they have to go at it to win. They have to see what they have, right? Basketball, they have 8 or 10 or more sometimes.
Yeah.
And so they can do this. They can play tough teams, and they can play bench. They can do lots of things to see combinations.
And Coach Ballstead doesn't have to schedule Olympus at home.
No.
He could have played a lesser team because he's going to see him down the road. But to his credit, he wants to see what's he wants to put some pressure on him, and he's going to learn from that.
There's been some controversy since we're talking about this, and we have a couple minutes on the preseason games for volleyball, for example, in the state of Utah. There was a time that you could do that. You could explore and see what players could do, but then what started to happen was this RPI thing.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the games started to really matter. Mm-hmm. And that takes away, and that's the controversy. Some coaches didn't like that. Some really wanted it because they're always worried about the ranking. Yep. And I can understand that. But it made me not be able to see who I could play and who not. And yet I still wanted a good rating. And so
and for me, when do you have to start the RPI? But you're taking quality of wins. So Olympus game, you're gonna I totally get it.
It's hard to know. Yeah, it's hard to know what to do.
And in some aspects, you've seen it's made the seeding a little bit easier. But then you got teams that just got done in the regular season playing each other in the playoffs. So
right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, we'll go ahead and start to terminate here. Last thoughts on the game. I know, Ken, you've been talking a lot about good and bad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the great things that you saw in this game for Wasatch.
The hustle, and then, man, getting number 33, J.J. Siri, in the game. It was good to see him play some quality minutes. I thought he looked solid. And I think the second half we came out and we made some adjustments defensively. Of course, they pulled the press off, which allows you to breathe a little bit. You don't have to press as much, but hustle. They defensively, there's no lack of heart there.
Right.
But you run into a really well coached team that played for the state championship. They're not going to be pressured very much.
Yeah.
And took it to us tonight.
But you could see them that they were really trying to run their engine. Yep. They were trying to make sure to see, and I think they accept nothing less.
Character builder, I think Coach Ballstead's going to go back and see how kids reacted to certain calls and plays, and when when Reese is not getting anything to fall, he's still running the floor. He's not giving up, and those things will benefit you down later on in the season.
I think clearly, just trying to find his name again. Dutch Dowdle going to be one of the best players in the state.
Yeah.
but you can't. Jordan Barnes, we looked on his stats that you brought to us, 11, 12 points a game,
right,
which he got a little over his average, but that was the scary stat right there. 9.8 assists a game. And that's a team, when there's somebody with that many assists, they know what they're doing playing together.
Right. Well, and we talked about it earlier. We've got Reese and JJ, our big guys, out on the perimeter guarding some of these guys, and they can't keep up with them. But that's the design of their offense. Is
right.
They've got guys with size that can handle the ball. Those backdoor cuts killed us all night long. Again, we'll see if all this comes together when we play them again. I'm not going to say we're going to beat Olympus next time, but we know what they've done before. We got to be a little bit better than this time.
Well, looking forward, one more in our last minute here. We're looking forward down the schedule. Once again, the boys, next home game, Tuesday, December 6th against Weber, as we mentioned earlier. And then they do have a couple more home games before the break.
Got Park City right there, and man, if you don't want, if you're not you don't bleed black and gold if you're not getting pumped up for that one and not be here in the gym for that.
They'll play Park City Mountain Crest on Mountain Crest first on the 15th, and then Park City the 16th.
Yep.
And then they do have a game over the break when school won't be in. I am not 100% sure how Sting TV will be doing that. We might be doing those games that are over the break, but that's January 7th against RSL. The girls, next home game, the 8th of December against Park City.
That'd be great.
And then they have 3 games over the break. I'm not sure how we're going to do Sting TV, but
well, congratulations to the girls starting out 2-0. That's a good way to start. That means Coach Hull's got them prepared.
We're going to be able to play an interview we had with Coach Hull that I was doing for Park City TV, but we have that, and we'll be able to play that hopefully during the halftime, maybe the next game here of the boys, or during the girls game. But thanks for joining us here on Sting TV. For Ken Purdy, I'm Brent Martindale, Corey Lang, and all the gang here. They did a great job with the game, and thanks for joining us here at Wasatch High School. Final score, Olympus High School reigning state champs, 5A 86, Wasatch 54 here in the Nest. Thanks very much. We will see you next time.
We'll be a little closer.